Hey guys, so I am here with my 1983 Fj60 and I am troubleshooting my power steering pump. When I was up in the rocks this past weekend, I had a really hard time turning my steering wheel. And then I noticed I was smoking a little bit. So when I popped the hood, this whole power steering fluid was just everywhere throughout my engine bay. After a closer examination, it looks like it's leaking out of the secondary cap that's on the reservoir on these older Toyotas. So I know that this little thing here pops off, then this is your filler cap. So it's coming from one of those two places, but I think that there's a filter in here that's clogged, that's causing it to work a little extra hard. So first thing I'm gonna do is take off the reservoir, look at the filter, and then go from there. So I want to post a video for you guys on this specific model 83 power steering pump. I've never done this before, so this will be kind of a learning process for perhaps both of us, and I will keep you guys posted on what I'm learning and what I'm doing. So step one here is I took off some of this hoses that's coming out of here, the air hose, and some of these vacuum hoses as well. I just got out of the way, and as you can see now I can access my whole pump no problem. The next thing I did was I removed this. This is a filler hose off of this little nipple right there, so that pulled right out, and I'm draining all the fluid into, well, an old ketchup bottle. So now I got that collected, I'm gonna go ahead and remove this reservoir. It's a 10 millimeter bolt back here, and then this front one looks like a 13 millimeter. So here I go, and I'll keep you guys posted. Okay, so what I wanted to show you guys, give you an update. I just pulled my new pump out of the box, and I thought originally I can just take that reservoir off on the right there, but it's really not that easy without really taking the pump out or trying to get the flywheel off. So I still may do that, try and take the flywheel off and then take the reservoir off. But if you look at the new pump here, let me put this down, it's kind of heavy. This bolt right here, it's a 14 millimeter bolt, which that sits right over there where my finger is, which is attached to the bracket for the reservoir. So I need to pull this out. Then there are two small 10 millimeter bolts that goes back here on each side, and looks like this is where it drains down into the pump itself. So I know that when I pull this off here, we're going to be oozing out some fluid on my pump. So I'm just trying to figure out right now the best way to do this. At this point, I feel like, shoot, you know, for $100 that I paid on Napa, I just might as well just replace the whole pump. That way I know it's good, so that when I'm out in the middle of nowhere, you know, this is one less thing I got to worry about. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Take my pump. Oh, shoot! Oh, take my pump out and just replace it with this. So I'll keep you guys posted. Okay, so now I'm going through here, and I'm gonna try and drain out most of the fluid in this ketchup bottle. Now that I got the belt off, I'm just gonna turn this, and this should bring the reservoir into the return hose, and as you can kind of see down there, it's filling up. There, okay. So this seems to make the most sense, so that when I pull this thing off, when I undo that high pressure valve, it won't splatter everywhere. So if you guys have a different method on how to do this a little faster without making too big of a mess, leave your comments down below so that next time I can try out your method. But right now this seems to be working pretty good, so I'll keep you guys posted. Okay, so I want to give you an update. So originally I thought it was just these two bolts right here I need to come out, these two 14 millimeters, but there's one right here next to the exhaust manifold that I just can't get out. It's like, I don't know, probably a couple, it's not threaded anymore, but there's still left inside the shaft where I can't pull it out. So I'm gonna take a Sawzall and cut this thing off. Okay, so I just want to give you a kind of a quick view of what it looks like with the pump out of there. What I ended up doing was I removed this radiator hose, the upper hose, this air hose right here, and of course my return line and my high pressure line. After cutting that bolt off on the back end, this whole thing just popped right out. So there you go. Okay, now I got the power steering here on my bench. I'm going to knock off this 19 millimeter wheel here, the pulley with this impact wrench. Well, that came off pretty easy. And the washers go like this. And I think there's a key in here. Go. There's a pulley and there's a key right here. You don't want to lose that. Okay, so that goes into this little groove right there. If you can see that. Okay, so we'll set this aside. Just like this. Alright, so now let's take couple things off here. Let's take this guy off so we can get the reservoir off. And I think that was a 13 mil. Oh, jeez. Nope, it's a 15 millimeter. Okay, now what else is holding this thing on? All right, so what else is held by this darn thing? Look at my other pump here. So the other pump is just so it's not threaded, it should just come right out. Okay. Just got to use a little bit of persuasion here to get it out. Let me grab a big screwdriver. I'm not sure where that big screwdriver is. There it comes. Okay. So that just lifts straight up. And so this is where I thought maybe the original oil was leaking out of, was right here. And looking at all the wet spots, I think I'm right. It's coming out of here. Okay, so hopefully local parts store has this O-ring. I'm going to replace this orange O-ring. Okay. Because what was happening here is it was cavitating and it was spewing out from the top and over. Wasn't quite sure exactly where. I thought it was maybe it's coming in from this lid right here. But regardless, I'm going to take this whole thing apart in my next video and clean out the filter. But for this video, I just wanted to get it to this point right here. And I was going to keep this pump if it was made by Toyota, but it's not a Toyota pump, I don't think. There's no marking on here. And usually Toyota has a marking to indicate this is Toyota. Oh, there's a sticker right here. It says remanufactured. Is it Toyota? It doesn't say. It just says remanufactured. But if this is original, I was going to keep it and then rebuild it. But since it's not, I'm gonna just junk it, or maybe I'll keep it for emergency. All right, so I'm gonna put this off the side. All right, guys, so I think I've accomplished what I want to get done today, which is pull the pulley, the power steering pump off, remove this reservoir, and I'm not sure if this is bad or not, because I think all the issue was right here in this particular ring. But because this pump was so cheap at Napa, it was only $100, I'm gonna go ahead and set this aside for maybe emergency backup, whatever. I may just keep it in my box of goodies to carry around when I'm, off-roading somewhere. I may need to replace that. But what I want to show you guys is this. So in my box that came with the new power steering pump, it came with a couple of these brass washers. There's the O-ring I was looking at, and then a new key. So there you go. This whole thing was $100, 99. Oh, here, let me give you a exact price. Okay, so this was $99.99 with a $13 core deposit. So there you go. And it came with this little washer, so that's really nice. Hopefully that's gonna fit on here on my reservoir. And the part number for this is, I don't know if that's it, 42386K. I'm just gonna set a box here. Oh yeah, here we go. 38-5475 is the power steering pump. So in the next video, I'm going to take this apart. There's a filter inside, and I want to see what's in there, get it cleaned up, because that could be cause of part of my problem is it's working overtime overload. Oh, look at this. This is kind of bent right here. I'm not sure if that's going to be an issue. Maybe. So if you guys know anything about this particular bend, let me know if that's normal or not. But getting back to my point here, in my next video, I'm going to go ahead and disassemble this reservoir, remove the filter, and clean it to see if that was part of the problem, why it was working so hard to move the fluid around inside the pump. Which I have a feeling it is. I think that's pretty gunked up. The fluid I pulled out of here you go. This is the last bit of it, but it's pretty freaking dirty. Look at that. That's pretty nasty. So, hope you guys will stick around, and hope you found this particular process helpful. And if you want to see this tear down of this reservoir, please subscribe and ring the notification bell so you'll get notified when I work on that project. So thanks again for watching.